Hello, Chelsea fans. Welcome back to the Blue Post Podcast. It's been a minute. It's been a long time since I dropped an episode about Chelsea. Well, can you blame me? We have been sucking. We have been dismantled. We have been bamboozled. We have been whatever is the worst thing you could possibly think of. That's what has been happening to our football club. And it is disgusting. We just beat, what's the name of the team? Some non-league team 7-0. People are happy. We still don't have our Chelsea back. We are still in the bullshit era of Blue Co and Claire Lake, where there's nothing getting done. We are just taking 3 steps forward and then 100 steps backwards. That's what we're doing with this club. I wanted to just come on here and brief you guys on something. Some news that I saw today, and I found it very interesting. First of all, I was going to actually just talk about Garnacho's news because Chelsea has decided that they want to cut ties with Garnacho. Well, they haven't officially said they want to cut ties, but it is being mentioned that if a offer comes in for Garnacho, it's looking like the management is going to take it, which I'm not really surprised because, like they said, when we're bringing him in, he's a market opportunity, and that's the problem that is wrong with Chelsea, our club these days. We don't bring in players because they're gonna fit our squad. We bring in players because they're market opportunities. We bring in players that are gonna make profit for the business Chelsea, not the club Chelsea. They're not gonna help the club Chelsea win games. It's gonna help the business make money. And my thing is, cool. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. Make money. But if you're gonna make money and not turn around and reinvest it in the team to make us better, then what's the point of you making money? Why do we care as fans if you make 30, 20 million of Garnacho and you're not gonna reinvest into the team and make it a better team? Why should we care about that? Why should we waste so hard that money to, go to games, buy apparels, and do all of this, put money in your pocket while you guys are not trying to entertain us? You guys are not trying to, take us to the heights of where we're at during the Roman times. And that's what was really annoying. And the funny part of all this was actually a article that Yahoo News put out. I'll have it up right here so you can see it. But it was saying that since 2024, right, this is when Olise was leaving Palace, when we had the chance to sign Olise, right? He left Palace for 45 to 54 euro, 44, 54 million euros, roughly, somewhere around those price. And within that time span, Chelsea has spent 225 million euros on average wingers. Not even average, below average. And I'm not even the one that said average. Go look at the source itself. Go look at Yahoo Sports. And Yahoo Sports literally mentions Chelsea has spent 220 million on average wingers when they could have spent less than half of that. Wait, probably a quarter of that to get players like an Olise, players like um, Luis Diaz, clinical, well proven wingers. But we want to go buy players like Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho's a good player, don't get me wrong, but for that type of money, actually, we never bought him. He was on loan, but still, tomato, tomato. Went to go get Jamie Gittins, who barely played this season. Went to go get Alexander Garnacho. And quite honest, out of all the wingers that we've gotten in terms of, the bad bunch, which is Garnacho, Gittins, um, what's the other guy called? Pedro Neto, Jadon Sancho, and Kunku. I mean, Nkunku isn't of it. And Cuckoo, I don't know what happened there. But and even Jao Felix, out of all that bunch, I would say Garnacho is probably the best of the worst. He was the best of the worst because at least he's putting up goals. Pedro Neto, I'm so surprised Pedro Neto is not even being mentioned when it comes to transfer because I thought he'd be the first one out the door. Honestly, I would rather have Garnacho than Pedro Neto. And people are gonna tell me, oh yes, Pedro Neto defense and blah blah blah. But honestly, I'm getting sick and tired of watching them play. to be honest. There's no way that your best tally in goals since you've been in the Prem is 5 goals, and you've yet to beat that. There's actually no way. That makes no sense, bro. Like we need to cut our losses with Pedro Neto and just stick with Esteval. Because there's no reason why Esteval should be getting sacrificed to play on the left side just so Pedro Neto could play on the right side and stink it up. That makes zero sense. Makes zero sense at all. And in that game, the Portsville game, when we switched Esteval over to the right side, look how big of a difference it made. You know, it made such a huge difference. So I think we should just cut our losses with Pedro Neto, call it a day, and just let Esteval develop. And if we're gonna get somebody on that right wing, should be somebody with actual, actual experience, winning experience, and like a real winger that could take on and be his man. I feel like that's not too much to ask for. As for the Garnacho situation, hey, look, if Arsenal's gonna come in, give us 50, 60 mil M's for him, we'll take that. As long as the money is right, we'll take that. But again, I don't care about the money being right because if it's not gonna turn, if we're not gonna turn around and use that money to invest into the team, then what does that have to do with me? I don't care. Yes, again, I don't care at all. But from what the management is showing, they're not interested in making our team better. They're just gonna, profit FC, try to make some money. So till they change their ways, it's always gonna be blue co out. Blue co out. This is not the Chelsea I know. This is not the Chelsea I remember. Until there is a change, it's always going to be blue go out. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to try to start doing 2 uploads a day. So make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, show some support. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace. I'm out.